Here's what your tattoos say about you according to the lovely, totally reasonable people of TikTok. You've got cyber sigilism. Hello, micro trend final boss. Have fun regretting that in 10 years while everyone clowns on you. You've got a realism lion? Well, get fricking back to Narnia with your lion witch in your wardrobe. You froob. You've got a tattoo that is currently very popular. Pinterest core, Pinterest core, Pinterest core. Normie, normie, normie. Ah, the opinions of people on TikTok. What a lovely, lovely place where people share their thoughts and opinions, hey? If there's one thing that's very popular on TikTok, it's hating on things. And that's what we're looking at today. The hatred different types of tattoos get. Nobody's safe in this conversation. Not even me. Bro went to one art gallery and thought, yeah, I'm gonna get that on my arm. Guilty! Right, yes, hello, my name is Cal, this is Skog, and on this channel we do videos talking about things we see on the internet and then we all discuss it as a community. Down in the comment sections below. Wow. So if that sounds like fun for you, please feel free to subscribe. Yes. Hello there, team. Good to have you back on another video. Also, side note, if my face is weirdly shiny in this, for some reason I chose to do my nighttime skincare routine before filming this video, which wasn't my best idea. My eyes vaguely burn. And also just another side note, due to the context of this video, some of the takes you'll see people have in the TikToks today are so removed from the realms of what would happen in real life. Like, nobody goes up to somebody else and, for example, sees they've got a cyber sigilism tattoo and says, oh, I hate cyber sigilism. Ooh, disgusting. That's just not normal behavior. A regular person in society would never do that. However, on TikTok, people love to share their opinions on absolutely anything, but ultimately, if a tattoo makes you happy, then good. Great, that's all that matters, as long as it's not offensive or whatever, obviously. Up first, we have cyber sigilism. I feel this is one we've got to talk about first because it's just this huge popular trend in tattooing currently. Lots of people have cyber sigilism. A bunch of my friends have cyber sigilism tattoos, and even though I'm an absolute realism bandit, I will never digress from realism, I have to admit, I think it's cool, I think it's fun. However, if you go on TikTok, you'd suddenly think that it's the worst thing ever and all tattoo artists hate it.
What is a tattoo you will never get? Cyber sigilism.
Cyber sigilism style of tattoos.
Not liking it.
And this is like a big thing cyber sigilism is being compared to. Tribal tattoos. In the early 2000s, this was a very popular style of tattoo. I've seen so many middle-aged dads with tribal tattoos, you know, on their shoulders. It's a pretty common place to get one. But in the comment sections, everyone's like, this is just the new tribal tattoo. Everybody's gonna clown on you in like 10 years time. It's gonna be so cringe or whatever. And I just think this is the weirdest thought process ever. Mainly for like two reasons. Obviously the first reason is like the most obvious one. Someone gets a tattoo, it always should be for you, not for trying to get like cool currency points in today's like social climate of whatever's deemed currently cool, right? You may do that with clothes, but with a tattoo, it's probably not the best idea as they are on your skin permanently, unless you wish to opt for painful tattoo removal, which I've also heard from my friends is very painful, so I wouldn't recommend that. And two, more importantly, so if people are saying this is just this generation's version of, you know, tribal, so like in 10 to 15 years time, the people that got this cyber sigilism will be middle-aged, you know, in their mid-30s to late 40s. I think it would genuinely be sad if someone that was like 35 to 40 was trying to be like down with the kids and relatable. Like if my partner turned to me and was like, oh, Cal, I'm 40. I've got this cyber sigilism and it's so 10 years ago. I need the next trend in tattoos. I need the next popular thing so I can stay youthful and down with the kids. I'd be like, that's cringe. Can't you just do the normal midlife crisis thing? I don't know, cheat on me with your fitness instructor? I would much rather that. I don't think any person in their mid-30s to, you know, like their 40s or whatever, is trying to be like relatable to youth culture. They're just trying to probably hang out with people who are the same age to them. So anyone that gets cyber sigilism because they genuinely like it and they think it looks cool, I'm not gonna like hate it. It would just be a, oh cool, I got this cool tattoo. Yes. Also, side note, future partner, I'm just picking this out into the universe. Please don't actually cheat on me with your fitness instructor. That would super suck. Yes. Yep, next we've got Fine Line, which has been taking the internet by storm for like a couple years now. Probably actually more than that, probably like 4+ years. I've seen lots of people get fine line tattoos, and the biggest thing people always point out is like, they're gonna be so blown out, they're gonna look like the biggest pile of mush in a couple years, bro. They're gonna look terrible. Nice collection of smudgy lines there. Smudgy. Smudgy sounds like it could be a real cool Pokemon. Yeah. Anyways, and you know, I've seen people come online and be like, yeah, they do look bad, and then they show up theirs looks like after it's aged, and obviously that is not ideal, but is it the end of the world? No, not really. I think the way I look at tattoos is just a celebration of that part of your life, and the fact that they age with you is quite nice, really. But also, conversely, some fine line tattoo artists have come online to actually show what their work looks like 10 years later, and what this shows the importance of is it doesn't matter what style you get. The important thing is when you're getting a tattoo is going to a tattoo artist who truly understands that style. If you're happy with your tattoo looking like this in 10 years time, then go for it. All good, right? Up next, we've got Pinterest core tattoos. Tattoos you get from Pinterest, using Pinterest as your inspiration. These get hated on so much online. Your ideas are unoriginal, bro. They're not your own ideas. Oh, shut up, you teapot. Like, this is just almost like the evolution of Flash tattoos. Back in the day, one used to go through a book in a tattoo store and they'd pick out designs and they'd get them on their skin. I feel Pinterest is just the evolution of that, really. Popular designs that lots of people will have. It's not really that deep. There is nothing wrong with having a common tattoo that lots of people have. It just means it's a very popular thing, and hey, that's cool. You know, lots of like-minded individuals also like the same design as you. Sweet, super cool. Shout out my black and grey realism rose tattoo fiends. I know there's like 6 billion of you watching. I don't get that many views, but you know what I mean? Lots of people have black and grey roses. I think they're pretty timeless. They're pretty cool. I know there's like a whole trope around them, but hey, I like them. And that's honestly good enough for me. This content creator in general, actually, Silk Tattoos, did a couple of really good videos that I just also want to talk about in this video. At what point do you consider somebody heavily tattooed? Because it used to be when they had their hands, neck tattooed, but now that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I mean, because lots of people now just start on their hands and neck. Bold choice, fair play. Go get it, I guess. And I was really hoping the conversation in the comment section would be really interesting. Lots of people giving their thoughts and opinions. But no, it was actually just weird and gatekeeping. You're not heavily tattooed, if that helps. Like, Why? That's not what the person was asking. They were just like, at what point are you considered? Also, personally, I would say that is a heavily tattooed person. Because you've got to compare this to the base normal human that doesn't have tattoos. That comparatively is a lot of tattoos. Now, of course, there's standards of deviation to this, and who you're using as your base level comparison. Maybe someone else with tattoos, you wouldn't be like, yeah, this person is heavily tattooed. But compared to the average normal human that doesn't have tattoos, that's a very tattooed human being. Get real right now. Nuh-uh, because I can see skin there, and there. Oh, you have too much time on your hands. Why are you so hateful? You have so much space. Again. Yes, they probably do. But also, wasn't the question, was it? I genuinely didn't even realize there's like this gatekeeping culture to tattooing, and it really, really made me laugh. I just thought it was so silly. But also, I do think some people made some good points here. There's a difference between heavily tattooed and visibly tattooed, but I feel like over 50% counts. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty gosh darn tattooed person. But also, this is just not something I really think about too much. To be fair, I once did pose the question to my tattoo artist. I was like, when do I become legally classified as heavily tattooed? And they were just like, dunno. And I was like, yeah, fair. And that was like the extent of that conversation. It's not really a deep one that requires much thought or lots of counterpoints to consider, because it's really not that relevant to anything in the real world now, is it? Nickelback fan page. We'll remember this person for later. You're at like 20%, pal. I'm sorry we aren't all covered head to toe in like tattoos from like house parties where there was always just that random person there with like a tattoo gun. I don't want their tattoos. This doesn't seem hygienic. Whatever. I mean, that's not saying I don't have a couple fun, silly tattoos or I wouldn't get them. Yeah, I think they're fun. I call them fun, silly for a reason, because they are fun, silly. I've got my lips tattooed. Well, I did. I had my friend's brand on my lips, but now it's kind of like disappeared and now it just looks like I've got like black veins on my lips, but hey, it was fun, it was cool at the time. And also no one sees it, so I'm really not that fussed. This content creator did another video talking about tattoo regret and how it's pretty normal to regret tattoos from earlier on in your life as they no longer, resonate with you now. And once again, Nickelback fan page commented, if you regret, you aren't about this lifestyle. What lifestyle? It's not a lifestyle. There's no lifestyle to having tattoos apart from having to moisturize your tattoos every day, which, you probably should moisturize your skin every day anyway, just to keep it nice and soft. Apart from my hands. My hands are not that soft. They've got calluses all over them from weight training for like 11 years. I have horrible hands. I don't know why I added that in. I might cut that out of the video. That's kind of doesn't. Anyways, does Gen Z know that tattoos are permanent? Generally asking. This isn't just localized to Gen Z. Lots of people regret tattoos, and it all just comes down to personal belief about tattoos. For me, like I always say, even if there's something I probably wouldn't get again or whatever, because I don't want duplicates, but I wouldn't maybe get that tattoo again, it was a celebration of that point in my life. Awesome. Shout out 19-year-old Cal for holding it down. Obviously, a big one that people have opinions on the internet is the rose, the lion, and the clock.
If you do not understand what is wrong with this tattoo, I cannot help you and you are not ready to be tattooed.
Oh dear, oh dear. And honestly, prior to researching this, I obviously knew about this trope and people like clowning on that. But I didn't realize how much hate realism tattoos got. Honestly, because I always just got realism tattoos because I really like them. I like things that look like photos, or I think things that look like paintings. I think it's really interesting. I've never really thought to look at like what people on the internet think. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm glad I never ever read this when I was younger, because this would probably hurt my feelings. But also some of the things they pointed out was like, I want to see what your realism tattoo looks like in a year's time. So how do people show their tattoos? And these ones are only like a year old, so that wouldn't be fair, because you would still expect them to look really good. These ones, okay, they're like 9 years old, and they still look absolutely fine. I'm gonna how do I show my arms? Like, is that viewable? Can we see? I'm just gonna keep talking over it, so it's just not silence. But I hope you can see what's going on here. Like, again, to stress the point, a good tattoo artist, no matter the style, will make it so your tattoo looks good and ages well. And obviously you take precautions yourself, like sun cream, don't expose them to like lots of sunlight and get them burnt. You do all these things yourself, but a good tattoo artist will do like good strong lines so things just don't like bleed and blur out or whatever. So the important thing throughout all of this is basically, regardless of whatever style you want, just really definitely research the tattoo artist you go to. I know that it's tempting to go to like the local one in your town, or your family friend who says they will do it cheap, but honestly it's just worth saving up and getting a really good tattoos, in my opinion. But hey, also that's just my opinion. Do whatever you want, and as long as you're happy with them and they make you feel good, that's all that matters. Yes, I think ultimately we should just take a leaf out of this person's book. Yes, that's right, they've got an Attack on Titan fan fiction tattoo of two characters making sweet kissy face at each other. Zooey Mama, that is the level of not caring what other people think because a tattoo makes you happy we should all aspire to. Gosh darn well, in 10-15 years time, they're not going to be like, oh no, this tattoo's not current and cool. They're going to be like, yeah, I liked shipping these two characters, which you can probably have some ethical and moral views on, but that's not what this is about. In today's video, we're just talking about tattoos and how people just, no matter what style you've got, you're going to get heat on the internet. Ah, golly, what a fun time to be alive and want tattoos, right? I would just say, just get your tattoos and don't look on TikTok for people's opinions. Yeah. As always, let's discuss this. Do you have any of the tattoos that I've shown today? What are your thoughts on it all? Can you appreciate the fact that even if a tattoo style isn't for you, if it's on someone else, hey, whatever, it's not your body, it doesn't really matter? Or are there some styles you just hate so much and the world needs to know? Let's talk about it. Yes. Team, it is now time, the part of the video at the end of every video where I show something from my collection. You have 3 seconds to guess what this is. 3, 2, 1. Did somebody say Machamp? If you did, Zooey Mama. How did you guess? If you're wondering why I'm showing you Machamp on this video, it's because I'm currently running a Machamp deck on my Pokémon TCG Pocket game, and we are cooking up a storm. I also recently added Marowak EX into that deck, and honestly, what a fun deck. Whoever said sometimes you need finesse in life and not brute strength is completely wrong. My Machamp deck cleans up. He takes no prisoners. Mewtwo can get it, Charizard can get it, those really annoying Articuno decks can get it. My love for Machamp has skyrocketed ever since getting that deck on the game. Also, this isn't some sort of weird ad, I just really love Pokemon and spend a lot of time in Pokemon things. Pokemon phone case, Pokemon phone background. I actually recently met someone at an event and I was showing them all my Pokemon things, and it's probably a super weird way to meet me. Hey, yeah, it's because they mentioned Pokemon one time and I was like, Pokemon, you say? Let me tell you everything I've learned about Pokemon in 27 years. Don't you bug me with a Caterpie, cause flying types are easy. Good luck with Muck and his poisonous gas, cause one wrong move and he'll kick your what kind of Pokemon? Anyway, that's probably enough of that. New viewers are probably finding this really jarring and weird. I've got to be mindful of that. So I'm gonna dip out now and, I don't know, play some Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Yeah, on the GameCube. I've been your boy Cal. There'll be another video here if you want to watch another of my videos. Shout out Skog for holding it down on the couch. Yes, don't know what that means. Anyways, okay, see ya. Bye.